Okay, so hi, welcome to the broadcast. If you'd like to ask any questions, then you have to ask them through Skype. I am online on Skype, Rebecca Maroon. Oops. Oh shit. I always put it in the wrong place. So that's chat, not social stream. Where did that go? It's gone. I don't know. So this body, mind, body, brain, this functioning, whatever this is, has listened to a lot of non-duality. So the brain's very familiar with the lingo and the lingo of non-duality. and when the speaking comes out, it sounds very non-dual, let's say. It can sound very similar to other speakers. But I have no idea what those other apparent speakers are speaking about. I don't know if what is spoken here is what's being spoken about from other speakers. It's impossible to ever know that. What this is speaking about, it's impossible to speak about. But what this is trying to speak about is this is life, is everything and nothing. It's everything, it's life, what's happening. So it's not something that this brain knows or something. This is not something that I know. What's being spoken about is life, what's happening. Knowing appears in life. And it's impossible to speak about because the words are an appearance, are already an appearance in it. The words are appearing in it, the objects appearing in it. It's impossible to speak about it because speaking is appearing in it. It's impossible. Impossible. But it happens. Everything happens. This isn't about something that you're going to have. Nobody can have this. It is. It is. Life is just happening. Life is happening. Life is happening. This is life happening. So if you have any questions or comments or whatever, just message me on Skype. Or just call on Skype. It's, yeah, just call on Skype. Hey, the toe. Hang on. Oh. Hi.
Hey, what's up, Rebecca?
Haven't spoken to you in ages.
What?
Haven't spoken to you in ages.
Yeah, because I went to Paul Talk, which is a chat program.
Yeah.
Well, you know, remember the conversation that we had about their meeting up non-duality folks?
I remember you mentioning that name, yeah.
So we gather like around this time.
Okay.
Like, I think 6 people are really interested in non-duality.
Yeah.
And we talk about no I and doership and awareness, recognizing awareness and stuff.
Okay.
And I wanted to be with you on the Ustream, but this is the first time I got the chance to show up.
Yeah.
And the reason why I wanted to call you, and perhaps what I'm saying is also happening by itself. I mean, the thoughts, the question itself. There seems to be like, yesterday there was a discovery again that seeking was happening by itself. The asking of the questions, what is awareness, what is this I have to meditate, I have to stand on my head to know truth. It was all arising by itself. So the question is, what next?
What next?
Yeah, I mean, if there is a realization that I'm not a seeker, then how can it be understood that everything is happening by itself? I mean, everything.
Yeah. Well, that understanding can only be an appearance. Can only be an object appearing in this.
Yeah. Yes. There are a couple of recognitions of that seeing through that there is no I is also happening by itself.
Yeah.
Like there is no identification with the one that finds truth or the one that seeks truth, kind of.
Well, I can kind of remember that for this brain, there was so much understanding going on, so much seeing and realizing going on.
Yeah.
But it was always an appearance. It was always still a thing, an object.
Mm-hmm.
There was still a something that I was clinging to and owning. I understand. I see there's no one there. There was still a sense of being someone that had this knowledge, this awareness, this seeing, this realizing. And it was always this movement, this object appearing, this thing, this understanding. And it was never it. because it always moves and changes. So what's been pointed to is nothing, no thing, not understanding, not realizing. They're all things appearing in this.
So
that understanding never leads anywhere, because round and round in a circle.
Yeah. So nothing that shows up in knowing is what you are, who you are, right?
Who you are.
Like, for instance, knowing that there is no I, or knowing that things are happening by themselves, or knowing that what truth is also an object arising.
Yeah, always, yeah.
Within life.
It's always an object, always a thing, understanding. Yeah.
Interesting.
But it's what seems to happen. Understanding happens. And
I can see, like, since 3 days, there is, like, I call it, I've been talking about it on Paul Talk. It's like a pivoting, like, between belief and non-belief. And the realization really is like intentions happen by itself, thoughts, most of the thoughts happen by itself, although sometimes there is a being caught up in the thought. But many thoughts are started to be seen through. And even like opening doors, or brushing the teeth, or taking a cup of milk, the hand reaches the cup of milk instead of someone reaching the cup of milk. So there is a realization that I am not the doer, but it's not like 24 hours a day, which is happening in your case, I assume. Realizing that, I mean, that your body called Rebecca is being lived by life. And that's a really hardcore realization to see through.
Yeah, well, you can't see through it. The person can't see through anything. This isn't about the person seeing or understanding anything. It's about the end of that person who could realize or who could see or understand anything.
Yeah. I almost got it.
Yeah.
Like the realization is, yes, there's no seeker, there's also not anyone that gets it. But the second one is conceptual, still here, that like, I'm starting to, that is. I still assume that I am someone that knows that things are happening by itself.
Yeah,
I get it.
There's still a sense of being someone, a sense of knowing anything, claiming. God, what's being spoken about is absolutely nothing. It's unbelievable. Nothing. It really is nothing, and the person is convinced it can get this and understand it and get to it, and this is about the collapse of that one. This isn't about you understanding and getting to it and seeing it and realizing it. It's not about anything like to do with you, the person, at all. This is about nothing and everything. So there isn't anyone who can realize or see there's nothing, that there's just what's happening. There's just what's happening. There isn't someone there knowing that or realizing that or watching that or seeing that. There's literally just what's happening. Just speaking happening. Just thoughts happening. Whatever's happening. But when that person's there, it's like a separation, like there's somebody who's aware of and knowing, and there's this two-ness, this duality.
Yeah, awareness seems to be something that I'm trying to understand. I mean, I heard it by many non-duality teachers or duality teachers.
Yeah.
Many of them talk about that you are awareness, something like that, the witness, that which perceives what is happening by itself. But I haven't gone to that conclusion yet, so. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't say you are the awareness or you are the witness. Who? Who is this one who's the awareness, who's the witness? Who?
But there is knowing that, for instance, let me see if I can give a direct experience example from which is happening right now. Otherwise, I would be going into a past memory. For instance, there is the intention to wiggle my left foot, and what it seems that perhaps there is something that knows that is going on by itself, right?
Sorry, say it again. Sorry.
Uh,
Is the intention?
there is the intention to wiggle my foot, to move my foot.
Yeah.
Is that not? Isn't there a knowing that is going on by itself? I mean, knowing just happens also by itself. There is no one knowing. There is just knowing.
Everything just appears by itself. Knowing is only an object. Understanding is an object. Appearing. But the person thinks that's who it is. It knows. It claims everything. It claims understanding. It claims knowing. It claims everything. There's just what's happening. So wiggling the foot happens or it doesn't happen. Thoughts about it happen or it doesn't happen. There's just what's happening. Just appearances constantly appearing and disappearing. Whatever they are, thoughts, emotions, the body's actions, whatever, it's just happening.
For instance, the thought arises here right now. Later on, when I am going to drink tea, I'm going to check out if it's happening by itself. But it's just thought. Thought is saying that, right? There is no one saying that.
There isn't anyone.
Yeah, so thought just shows up by itself, and there is no one behind it.
There's just thoughts appearing, yeah.
Yeah.
Just thoughts appearing. Like speaking's happening now. Just speaking happening.
It seems like speaking. I know that doership is. I know the talk. I mean, from you and from other people, speaking is happening by itself, but it feels like I'm doing the talking.
Yeah, and you are aware of it, and
yeah, and I don't know how to. I mean, that's you see. I don't know. I've been to this place many times.
yeah, it goes round and round in a circle. It gets nowhere. It gets nowhere. Keeps going round and round, appearing, disappearing, appearing, disappearing.
I get that seeking for enlightenment is happening by itself, but forget about it. Every question that I will ask you, Rebecca, will always come from ego anyway, so what's the point? What's the point of asking a question, by the way?
It's what seems to happen. Questions come up. Questions are asked.
But a question is asked to know something, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's strange. What is doing the asking of the question if there is no one?
Everything. Whatever's speaking, whatever's appearing, it's all coming out of nothing. Everything's coming out of nothing. The questions, the responses, the light, the sounds, the everything is just appearing.
But perhaps perhaps I need to do what you're doing on Ustream. Just sit on a chair and do nothing. Just leave it behind.
Who do you think is doing that? Who is sitting on this chair? who do you imagine to be sitting here and in control to make this happen?
It's really a non-duality.
Who do you think logged into Ustream, logged into Skype or whatever? Who did that?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know who is the one that's sitting, the one that's talking. It seems like me, but I have to investigate on that. You see, I have to investigate. I mean, if I believe in those words, I will go into the investigation, which really sucks.
Yeah, it's a
mindfuck.
But it's oh God, it's beautiful. It really is freedom. Not for the one who feels they are somebody in it, but it really is freedom. It's all happening. It's all just happening. It's amazingly amazing. It's just, oh God, it's everything that's happening.
Everything is happening by itself.
Everything that is just appearing, happening.
It's easy to see through that intentions and thoughts happen by itself, but the body itself, that's really,
yeah.
I don't know, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I mean, drinking, I have a cup of tea next to me, right? And what I'm doing since 3 days, I mean, I've been doing this for 5 years now. Like, I'm resting in effortlessness, doing nothing, and then I'm letting the hand reach the cup of tea, letting the hand brush the teeth. I'm letting the foot move when it walks.
How are you doing that? Letting it happen? How are you doing that?
I don't know, I just do it. Yeah, I get. It's also happening. It should be happening by itself, but it's not seen there. It's happening by itself.
Yeah. You can't. The person can't see this. It can't get to a point of seeing this. It really can't. It really can't.
Yeah, I've noticed that many times. It just blocks itself. One day, at the end of the day, I'm just exhausted, and then the next day I start again with this experiment of trying to find out if there is no me, if it's happening by itself.
Yeah.
During the whole day, I mean, I'm just so obsessed by reaching enlightenment.
Yeah, it's exhausting. Yeah.
It's exhausting, yeah.
That's what's happening.
So not getting enlightenment is also what's happening.
It's what's happening.
That's.
What do you think enlightenment is? What is enlightenment?
Realizing that everything happens by itself.
Oh.
What?
No, it's just that I'm not talking about realizing things happen by itself.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I don't know what you're looking for. I don't know.
Realizing.
This isn't a realization.
This is what always happens when we have a Skype conversation at Rebecca. At the end of the conversation, it's like I can see myself trying to understand it, and it cannot.
Just wait. Yeah, that's how it happens. Is trying to understand it, trying to get there, and yeah, that's what happens.
So there is no way out of it. I mean, I don't know. Still waiting for some kind of advice or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
But who could I advise? And what could I advise? I don't see anyone to give advice to, or have any advice, but who could I give advice to? There's just speaking happening. Who is there to help?
Yeah. Who is there to help? Oh man. This question. Now, for instance, the intention arises that perhaps other people want to talk to.
Okay, I have a message here, yeah, I'll just see who it is. Maybe it's a different message. Let me just see.
Perhaps I told a friend on Baltic to come today too.
Oh no, it's somebody else. It's Hi Ingrid. It's Ingrid.
So you want to talk with her?
She's just saying hi, I think. Yeah.
Ingrid can come on Skype and talk with you.
If she wants to, she's more than welcome. She's just saying hi, I think, and a smile.
Okay. It's happening by itself. Oh, what a mindfuck. It's happening by itself. Nah. See, people on Baltic, there is somebody there that I usually talk to, and for 5 years or something about non-duality.
Okay.
And she says that I am pretending to be someone, to be a seeker. It's just one big pretense. So, and some people say just live your life, forget about non-duality, and just go on vacation and party time. But I cannot do this until it's totally clear. I can't rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Until it's realized that everything, including the body, is happening by itself.
Yeah.
So I'm forced to do. I'm forced to self-inquiry.
Okay.
It's a pain in the ass. I'm forced by life to work on it. To dismantle the layers of the onions of the ego, so to speak. And you are saying that there is no one doing that.
No, it's just happening.
Oh man.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Total freedom, yeah. But not for the one who feels it's, a person, a thing. It feels awful, agonizing, frustrating.
Terrible.
Yeah.
It's funny as hell.
But oh God. It's impossible. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
There's just freedom. There's just everything. There's just speaking. There's just it's. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sucks. It sucks.
It sucks.
For that sense of separation, yeah, it's not a pleasant.
You know it sucks. The feeling of having glimpses although they are short glimpses, and at the same time, I mean, there are genuine realizations here. I mean, thousands of thousands that I'm not my thoughts.
Yeah.
That the hand picks up the cup without effort. But now, at this time, at this very moment, I know that I exist without thought, so the I thought isn't necessary, but I don't know what I'm doing. Forget about it. It's too conceptual. I've reached my Skype limit with you.
Yeah, it's just what's happening.
Yeah.
None of it is true or meaningful. It's just speaking happening, boundlessness, freedom. Just these words coming out as if there's somebody there trying to get somewhere, as if there's someone separate trying to get to liberation. It's beautiful. There's no one there trying to get anywhere. There's just what's happening. There's just speaking as if there's someone there.
So the words that come out are just like pretending that I'm someone.
I wouldn't put it in that way. I wouldn't say you're pretending to be someone. But there's just a pretense going on that there's someone separate existing and operating the body, operating thoughts, and there's a pretense, a claiming that I'm in here doing something. These thoughts are mine and these actions are mine, and I'm on a journey and I'm suffering, I'm trying to get somewhere. It's a pretense, but I wouldn't say you are pretending to be someone. There's just a pretense happening. It's totally impersonal. There's no one there for it to be personal. There's just this amazing appearances happening, giving the impression that there's somebody speaking, there's somebody in there. But it's just speaking, there's just thoughts, there's just emotions, just actions of the body. There's nobody in there doing any of it. There's nobody in there pretending to be a person. There isn't a person, there's just what's happening. There's just thoughts, just speaking, just moving.
So, this is the question. How can what was the question again? How can this be recognized? I mean, you said that there is no one recognized. How can life recognize that life is doing itself without anything doing it? I mean, I talked about it on Paul Talk, like I let go, I surrender, I pray. I've done all that stuff. It seems. So I don't know what my next move is going to be. I mean, I know that tomorrow I'm going to go to YouTube again and watch non-duality videos again and read something on Google or meditate or sit in effortless silence, non-doing or something like that.
Well, that's an idea, but the body could die tonight. It isn't true.
Well, I hope I will die to the false. Well, oh man. Frustrating.
Yeah.
It's frustrating to find myself every day on Ball Talk having to talk about this till eternity.
But that's what's happening.
Yeah, but
going on to Pal Talk and watching YouTube or whatever, that's what's happening. It's perfect.
Why is it happening if how can going to Paul Talk and talk about non-duality with some folks and going to YouTube happen by itself if there is no one understanding it?
Sorry, say it again. How can it happen if how can it happen if there's nobody?
How can it happen by itself that going to YouTube is happening and going to Paul Talk? Why does life do that? I mean, what's the point of going to YouTube? I mean, why does life not get it?
Get what? Why doesn't life get what?
It's life.
Life doesn't need to get its life. Life already is just life. Life doesn't need to be liberated. There's just liberation. There's just life. Only the appearance of the apparent separate person is trying to find liberation in liberation. There's just liberation with an appearance, an apparent appearance, a mirage, a phantom appearance of somebody on a journey trying to find liberation in liberation already. So life doesn't need to. Why not appear as an apparent separation? Why not appear like that?
So
why not?
It's okay for me to be separated?
There isn't anyone separated. There's just life appearing.
Well, how can it be life with separation?
Why not?
I mean,
it's an appearance of separation. It's an appearance of a separate entity that doesn't really exist, but it's an appearance as if.
So I'm just pretending that I don't understand what enlightenment is.
Oh,
I'm just making that.
Again, I wouldn't say you're pretending that there isn't a you. There's just speaking happening. There's just a form, a body that's been called the toe.
Yeah.
It's been called the toe, been named the toe, and there are thoughts, and the body moves, and there's speaking happening. This is life. This is life happening. For what purpose? There isn't one. It's just what's happening. There's just life happening for no purpose. And there's nobody in the bodies doing any of it. There's just what's happening. It's prior to understanding or realizing this. It's this. Understanding appears in this. Seeing can only appear in this. That's why it always comes and goes. It's appearing, it's coming and going in nothing. So it's not about the moving seeing or the moving understanding. That's always going to come and go. It's about nothing. This. What everything's appearing in. But all the appearances are also it. Nothing appearing as appearances. There isn't anyone who needs help. There isn't anyone really seeking.
Yeah, that's conceptually I understand it, but experientially I don't get that I am not here to get help from you.
Sorry, I was reading a message. Sorry, say it again.
I don't see that I am not here getting help from you.
You don't see it.
I don't see that I am not the person that needs help from a non-duality teacher or Rebecca.
You're asking me whether I see you as a person?
You talked about that no one needs help.
No, there isn't anyone.
So what are we doing then tonight? Now.
Well, what is who doing? What is who doing? It's always based upon there being someone. Yeah, it's always that same illusion of being someone, and therefore there's somebody being Rebecca, and there's somebody being the toe.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. It seems like what's happening.
Yeah.
By the way, do you got a PM from anybody that wants to Skype with you?
I don't think so. I'll just read the message. Rebecca. No, I think she's just saying hi again.
come on, listeners of Rebecca's Ustream, come on, get to Satsa or get type and talk with Rebecca.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Oh man. There's no one talking.
Well, you're talking, so.
Oh man. It feels like you are not giving anything to me that is personal. Like you don't give any advice because there is no one to give advice to.
And what could I possibly give? How could I give advice? Whatever comes out, comes out. And what's being spoken about is this. How can this be given to an imaginary you? How could I give you this? Everything that's happening. How could you have and own and keep everything that's happening? It's impossible. Normally we're told you can get something, you can work towards getting something that will complete you, make you happy. This isn't what's being pointed to is this, and this isn't a thing. So therefore you can't have it, I can't give it, you can't lose it or own it or see it or know it. It isn't a thing, it isn't an it.
But there is one thing that is not happening by itself, which is seeing that it's not happening. It's happening by itself.
I don't even get that. You have to say it again.
Yeah. It's like a Zen paradox. What is not happening by itself is understanding that it's happening by itself. Why is that not happening to me? I mean, to this body form. Why is it that which is happening with you not happening with me? The realization that everything happens by itself.
It's not a realization.
It's not a realization.
No. This is about nothing. And the person can't see that or understand that or get that. The person that only knows things can only imagine things. So this isn't about the person at all.
I have to go beyond the person.
Sorry?
I have to go beyond the person.
Well, who would go beyond the person? The person. How would the person go beyond the person? The person is the person. How could it go beyond it? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it feels. It doesn't feel okay.
Yeah.
It feels like it feels like life is obligating me to go on a search for enlightenment until it's realized.
Yeah,
it's annoying.
To the one who feels they are on the search to enlightenment, yeah, it's definitely annoying, frustrating. Yeah.
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 It feels like seeking is happening by me.
Yeah, yeah.
Although I just said in the beginning that I'm starting to see that seeking is happening by itself, or doing the experiments of seeing through that nobody does anything, that the body's doing itself.
But it's just not true, so, you know.
Non va per friends. No, vai.
there is a party going on in the city,
Oh, okay.
and my mom just came in to say, when are you going to see the fireworks?
Oh, yeah.
But it's going to happen in half an hour from now. But I'm more interested in enlightenment than the fireworks, to be honest with you.
I don't know what enlightenment is. I don't know.
But for instance, there is a CD in front of me, right? And there is two speakers, an empty glass of tea, a USB drive, and I'm looking at it and saying it's happening by itself. The CDs, the speakers, the objects on my table are happening by itself, but I don't see it.
Yeah, well, the one who thinks it sees it is the sense of sense of separation. Yeah. That seems to collapse or dissolve, and then there's just what's happening. There's just seeing without I see that. They can still be saying I see that, or I see this, I see that, I go there, I go here, but there's no longer a reality to that, a feeling of that is me, that is true. It's empty, totally empty. I go here, I go there, I see this, I saw that. It's empty. It's not true. There's no one who's in that thought or in that statement. It's just speaking happening. I am Rebecca. I have 2 children. Who? It's no longer seen to be a reality, a truth. It's just a description, just language coming out. There's not a feeling of I'm speaking these words. There's just what's happening, just speaking happening. There's just seeing happening.
Sounds like freedom. Sounds like freedom.
Yeah.
Like realizing that you're being lived.
But it isn't realizing anything. It's the actual experience, which is just seeing, just speaking, just sounds. Realizing is something that happens after. It's already too late. Realizing or understanding is already after the event. It's happening. It's what's happening, not the I'm seeing. It's the seeing. Yeah.
So
Okay,
realizing that it's happening by itself, it's not happening. Realizing that, I mean, it seems like the difference between your body and my body is that, well, forget about it. It's because otherwise I will be calling you and me. So there is no difference between you and me, right?
You and me. Who's you and me? You and me. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either. Nah, I feel like I'm stuck. I cannot go anywhere with this. Nah, what's the point of life showing up as words that speak the words? I don't get it. I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
I don't understand the point.
Yeah.
This seems like a game or something, like a silly game. That life is playing with itself. See. within 2 minutes, I find myself on a ball talk again, or perhaps on YouTube or meditation, trying to see that it's happening by itself.
Yeah. You think you're on Pal Talk, you're on YouTube, but it's just what's happening. It's not true.
It's just what's happening. Pal talk is happening.
But okay, I have to go and see who else wants to speak. So
okay, cool.
Thank you for your call.
Okay, thank you for having the conversation with me.
Okay, no problem. Okay,
bye.
Bye. Bye. Okay, so Let's see who else. Ingrid. No, it's Adrian. Okay, Adrian. Hi Rebecca, in one of your videos you said that everything is okay. I really truly love this message, it's so beautiful. I want to accept it but I can't. It seems like the personal energy in my body won't let me accept that. How did you reach to that conclusion that everything's okay? Because there's just what's happening, and what seemed to be happening was there was a feeling of being someone, trying to get somewhere on a journey in time, trying to get somewhere and get something. And I'm not sure what happened, but there was just what's happening. There was just what's happening, and it didn't need a separate entity. It didn't need a person. And there was never really a person. There was never really a Rebecca on a journey trying to find something. There was just life happening, but life was appearing as if it was Rebecca on a journey to enlightenment, trying to find something, trying to get somewhere, finding this unbearable. So the everything's okay. I think what I was trying to point to was everything already is. Everything already is. What is looked for is already everything. It's already everything. Every word that is spoken is it. Everything. I can't even list everything. It's everything. Was already it. Already perfect. What was being looked for was everything that was happening. Already. Everything's okay. There was an idea of there being like a god or something somewhere else that I had to move towards and get to and find. But everything that's happening is it. It's beyond intimate. Every thought that appears, every emotion, everything that appears is it. So everything's okay. Thank you, Adrian. And then Ingrid. Oh, thank you, Ingrid. Thanks. Okay, well, it's been an hour, so thank you for calling in or messaging. See you next time. Bye.